Thanks for joining the video where I'm going to talk about how to have ego death every day in 3 steps: gratitude, learning, and forgiveness. But before we jump in, I need to tell you a few things. First, I need to tell you how spirituality defines ego. Next, we'll talk about how we all create our own reality. And finally, I'll discuss a new perspective that will help you move through those 3 steps more easily so you can achieve ego death every day. First, let's learn how spirituality defines ego. Why am I arguing all the time? Why can't I let things go? Why do I keep having similar boyfriends? The answer is ego to all 3 questions. So how does spirituality define ego? When a soul decides to have a human experience, it takes on the ability to have permanent or stuck energy, also known as ego. So your ego is actually part of your soul. And when you have emotional pain, also known as stuck energy, permanent energy, that is ego. So how do you have ego death? You transform your ego into self-love. And the 3 steps, gratitude, learning, and forgiveness, help you do that. But before we jump into those steps, let's talk about how we all create our own reality every day. So this is how our souls create our reality for us, so we have opportunities to learn, heal, and grow in every moment. It's kind of like we're in a video game. So when we're at one level, you have to have certain skills and accomplish certain goals to move up to the next level. And when you don't accomplish those skills and goals, then the video game keeps giving you similar opportunities to learn those skills and accomplish those goals. So when you do, you go up to the next level. So what happens with us? Our internal emotional reality is projected externally, and the universe reflects it back to us as feedback. So if we have negative on the inside, we project negative to the outside, and negative comes back. So when you have more positive on the inside, you project positive on the outside, and then positive comes back, and that's how we create our own reality. And because we create our own reality, we're not victims. And if you're not the victim, if you're the creator of it and it's negative, then you have the power, and only you have the power to create a positive reality for yourself. So next, let's talk about how you can do that by changing your view of life events. Did you know that achieving ego death every day is all about your perspective of life events? In general, there's 2 ways to look at life events. Individually, as right versus wrong, so you can judge yourself in each moment, that's all ego. Or sequentially, so you can look at life events from a broader perspective and see over time, where did I succeed and where can I improve? So here's a story to see how that works. There's 2 teenagers. They get in a fight. One has a gun. One ends up dead. One goes to jail, and so he's in jail for life, and the other one's dead. And you think, okay, from every perspective, that's just bad. It's just wrong all the way around. Well, one perspective that no one knew, one part of the story, there was a 12-year-old boy in a bush watching the whole event. And he learned how not to get in a fight and how not to hang out with people who carry guns. And he lived. And he went on to become a doctor and get a cure for cancer and save thousands of people. So when you add in that part of the story, was the 2 guys who got in a fight and one killed wrong or right? Or is it more complex than that? I think it's more complex than that. And when I look from the broader perspective, including all those details, I get outside of judgment, which is a negative emotion and creates a negative reality for myself. And I look for understanding. I learn, I grow, and I heal. So that is how I want you to look at new perspectives when we talk about gratitude, learning, and forgiveness, so you can achieve ego death every day. So now that we've talked about how spirituality defines ego, how we all create our own reality, and how looking at life events sequentially helps you learn, heal, and grow in every moment, let's talk about how to find gratitude for your challenges in life. And I know how hard that is. 4 years ago, I attempted suicide, and my daughter, who was 18 at the time, found me the next morning. I found gratitude from that event. I learned and I forgave everyone involved, especially myself, and she and I have a wonderful relationship today. So I've done it from an extreme event, so I know I can help you too. So let's talk about how you can do it if you're having a hard time. And small steps wins the race. So here's something small you can start today. Find one thing you can be grateful for today, whether that's, I like my lunch. I got to rest for 5 minutes. My daughter called me. I got to see a pretty sunset. I got to hear a bird sing. Find something. There is something to be grateful for. And then day 2, find 2 things. Write them down in your journal, or just put them in a voice memo, or just think of them. And then day 3, think of 3 things and grow every single day. And when you do that and you grow gratitude in your life, then you can move on to the bigger things. Like, how can I be grateful for my breakup with my boyfriend? How can I be grateful for my divorce? How can I be grateful for this argument? Because you know what? When you start with gratitude, then you're going to go to the next step we'll talk about in a minute, and you're going to learn from that event. But when you cultivate gratitude, that's more positivity inside of yourself, and you will naturally start to create an improved reality for yourself. Did you know that gratitude is also healthy for you physically? It helps balance your hormones. So how do I stay grateful every day? This is the one question I ask myself. If I'm not grateful for everything the universe has provided in my life so far, why should the universe provide anything further? So now that we're grateful, let's move on to see what we can learn from the challenges in life. So now that I'm grateful for my emotional pain, how could I learn from it? Pain is beautiful because it shows us what needs to be healed. It provides a roadmap, so let's follow it. Here's the process I use. I start asking myself questions. Why was that event necessary? Why was it necessary for me to get a divorce? What can I learn from that? How can I do better next time? I also look at life sequentially, and I focus on the pattern of events and not each individual one, right? So when you look at the pattern, you can see, where did I improve? And where do I need to grow? What did I do well? And where can I improve? So you're always focused on the balance. I'm doing some things great, but there are always ways that I can improve, learn, and grow. We're all human. We all make mistakes. It's not how you fall down. It's how you get back up. And learning your lessons helps you get up to the next level in the video game, which is where we all want to go, right? We all want to move up and accomplish more and achieve more in a healthy, balanced way. So keep focused on learning, gratitude and learning. And now let's move on and learn, how can you forgive everyone, especially yourself, and why it's so important. Did you know that forgiving others is most beneficial to you? When you hold on to that negativity inside of yourself, you project it externally, and then the universe projects it right back to you as feedback. So when you forgive others for transgressions or ways that you've been hurt, you're really helping yourself. Also, forgiveness balances your hormones. It also reduces cortisol, just like gratitude. So practice focusing on forgiveness so you can have healthier relationship with yourself and everyone else, and create an improved reality for yourself. Because the more positivity, the more self-love you have inside of yourself, the more that gets projected externally, and you create a more positive reality for yourself. That's how you attract abundance. You got this. Thank you for watching my video about how to achieve ego death daily. Please subscribe so you can learn more about how to heal your emotional pain and spirituality. Bye.